Hi students, today we are going to discuss about the 6th standard social science term 2 lesson resources. This is in the geography part. In the last video we have discussed about the classification of resources, that is basis on the origin, basis on the development and ownership and etc. So now we are going to discuss about man-made resources. Man-made resources. Man-made resources are nothing but, here you can see this, the natural resources are modified or processed by technology into man-made resources. This is the man-made. For example, sugarcane. Sugarcane is a natural resources. Sugarcane is a natural resources, but this is processed to get sugar. And all structures built by man, all structures can also be called man-made resources. Man-made resources. Example, bridges, houses and roads. These are the examples for this man-made resources. And this transforming of raw materials into finished goods is called secondary activity. Secondary activity. Secondary activity. Man's skills and ideas are the basic requirements for these activities. Okay, so the raw material into finished goods. Usable product. Example, usable product. Okay, so this is called secondary activities. Secondary activities. And man-made resources. Man-made resources. Okay, now we are going to see the next topic. The human resources. Human resources are groups of individuals who use natural to create more resources. Now, human beings are basically natural resources. We classify human beings separately. Education, health, knowledge and skill have made them a valuable resources. Example, doctors, teachers, scientists are the examples for this human resources. And also, tertiary activities are basically concerned with the distribution of primary and secondary products through a system of transport and trade. For the example, banking, trade and communications. Banking, trade and communication. The quantity and quality of institutions and organizations involved in making the professionals decide the human resources of a country. Professionals. So this is called human resources. So basically human resources are natural resources based on primary and secondary products. Then now we are going to see the Gandhian thought on resources. There is enough for everybody's need and not for anybody's greed. Mahatma Gandhi blamed human beings for depletion of resources because over exploitations of resources. Second one, unlimited needs of human beings. So the conservation is very important. And the resource planning and management. The resource planning is a technique or skill of proper utilization of resources. Resources planning is necessary because resources are very limited. Their planning is quite necessary so that we can use them properly, and at the same time we can save them for our future generations. And the second one, resources are not only limited, but also they are unevenly distributed. Over the different parts of the world. And then the third one, it is essential for the production of resource to protect them from over exploitations. So these are the resources planning or management. Okay, let us you can remind these children, you are the future generation. But in this time, in the Corona period, we can save everything. This is also necessary for our resources plan. Okay. Then the next topic is conservation of resources. The careful use of resources is called conservation of resources. Resources are being used at a very fast rate due to the rapid increase in population. So natural resources are depleting fast. Wisely using resources can control depleting ratios. So development is necessary without affecting the needs of the future generation. If the present needs of resources are met and the conserving of resources for the future are balanced, we call it sustainable development. So sustainable development can be placed when the reasons of depletion are identified. Second, wastage and excess consumption is prevented. Third, reusable resources are recycled. Fourth, pollution is prevented and environment is protected. Natural vegetations and wildlife are preserved and alternative resources are used. The earliest way to conserve resources is to follow the 3R. 3R: reduce, reuse and recycle. 3R: reduce, reuse and recycle. This is called 3R. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Okay, let us recap